All right, you're going to figure this one out, but we'll do it anyway. How do billboards communicate?
Sign.
Just an ordinary day till you came around. I had my feet on the ground. So much for that. Just an ordinary day till you came around, and now my life's upside down. Imagine that. And it's all because I heard you say. And it's all because I heard you say. And it's all because I walked your way. And I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you I'm just right. You got to sit tight. Close your eyes and let your head roll down. Get your feet up off the ground. Just an ordinary day till you came around. I had my head straight and sound. And they've told me that just an ordinary day till you came around, and now my life's on the bounce. Just like that. And it's all because I walked your way. And it's all because I heard you say. And I should've known to stay away. But I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, 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 and I heard you say. And it's all because I walked your way. And it's all because I heard you say. And I should've known to stay away. But I heard you say.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Curl, and you're watching Roller Skate Stories.
I was gonna say ASL, but you was gonna give me that.
Sign language, yep, you got it. The jokes are getting too easy.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
I will be taking control of jokes for season.
I'm still going to have to approve of his jokes. Remember, I have the power of editing.
You have too much power. I need to talk to the powers that be.
I don't have enough.
He's changing his wardrobe on us like, Roger, what are you doing?
So talking about power, you just took an airplane trip to Florida and back. So how was that trip, Marcus? How did that go?
I got to skate an awful lot, honestly.
Did you?
Regular people would be upset, but roller skaters, I boarded the plane with skates on again.
They just roll with it. Whoa.
That
huh?
should have been the joke. That should have been the joke.
So this guy books a flight to Miami. No, yeah, Miami, right? Only it was supposed to be Orlando to meet his family for vacation. And he gets there and he's like, where is everybody?
I sent him my itinerary on my hangover flight in Houston, and he was like, why are you going to Miami? And I was like, where am I supposed to go? Orlando.
So you knew about this in Houston? You knew you were on the wrong plane?
No, I just sent him my itinerary to pick me up.
Oh, okay.
I'll be at the airport. Pick me up so I can just eat food and just be with family and not have to do anything.
That's hilarious. But you had a great flight.
I had a great
hope.
experience.
You were sleeping the whole way.
Thank you, Southwest, once again. I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning to get to the airport to make sure I take off at 5. And then I land at Miami at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I reschedule my flight. I fly out at 6 o'clock. I land at Phoenix at 10 o'clock. Houston was my layover
Now,
for both flights.
Did you bring your skates?
Of course.
Of course.
The only thing really I
You
got
skated
right.
on the plane?
I skated everywhere.
Yeah?
I skated on the plane. I skated
Did
through
you
the
get some
airport.
footage of that?
Yeah, of course, Roger.
All right. Well, at least we got
If
something
I
out
didn't
of
do
it.
that, the trip would have been worthless. It was worthless, but I don't want to put it that way. About who we're interviewing today, because value, she has a much needed value that she adds to the skate community. And she's
Absolutely.
been doing it for a very long time. And she's also a jack of all trades, which makes me happy because I'm a master of none.
And just a phenomenal skater. So, Jasmine, everyone, check it out. We are here once again in Skateland Chandler with an earthquake going on. And we are interviewing Jasmine. Jasmine, I should know your last name.
That's okay, Turner.
Turner.
Yes.
Jasmine Turner. So thanks
Yeah,
for
of
taking
course.
the time to be here today.
I'm honored.
So you have been a part of the Phoenix skate community for, let's just say, a while.
Yeah.
Did you grow up here? Did you grow up in Phoenix?
I did not actually move to Phoenix to go to school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a two-time Sun Devil. I got my bachelor's and my master's from Arizona State, and
Cool.
yeah,
Masters.
skating.
You have a master degree skater out there.
Yeah.
What's your master's in?
I have a master's in science in the science of healthcare delivery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Babies?
So. Oh no.
Healthcare.
Healthcare delivery.
That would be maternity.
Yeah. With originally the dream to go to med school, but my master's program honestly really just changed the course, and I pivoted from there, and I did some project management, and now I currently own my own business as well as I'm a teacher.
Awesome. What's your business?
I do hair.
Hair.
I do locks. I do braids, natural styles, sew-ins. I do it all.
I'm one of her clients.
Yeah, you can work on him.
one of
See
her
what you can do.
She takes care of
Yeah, I actually just got him right. So
bug her all the time.
Yeah, and I
very
appreciate it.
busy.
Master of hair.
She's a master of all.
quite a
and
few
a,
things.
and a master skater.
I appreciate
So
that.
when did you start skating?
So as a kid, I skated here and there, birthday
Yeah.
parties, church events, things like that. But it really wasn't a form of therapy. It wasn't until I moved to Phoenix, I kind of got into what at the time was called Roll Bounce Sundays. And so that was put on by a group called the Toe Stoppers.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a collective that essentially wanted to just bring the skate community and skate culture to the Valley. It was a big melting pot, and so I learned a lot of not only etiquette, but I think just culture, right? How do you conduct yourself?
Sure.
How do you teach? No skater left behind, in a sense, right? Each one teach one. And so to come from that culture,
Those are pivotal generational pass downs. You get that from having the older generation with structure, with experience, have something to lose, dedicated to their craft and in the community. And those are important things to pass down, not just edge control.
for sure.
Which I don't have.
I completely agree with that. I think that between Phoenix and California, Skate Depot was my home rink in Cerritos, that I learned quite a bit about my role, more so in California, and skate etiquette and the culture here in Phoenix. And that was just because of the time that I was able to spend with some of those heavy hitters, we would call them OGs in the skate community, that was able to really influence my approach. Right? It's not always about who can do it the best, but can you talk to people?
Yeah.
Right? Can you effectively communicate what it is in the way that they need to hear it in order to turn that switch on and, go out there and perform?
That's an important touch. That's an important topic. Knowing your role. Once you start out in the skate community, you might think that you're a pivotal role. And then as you grow in the skate community, you can embrace your role more so to speak.
Yeah.
Because once people just come in the ring, they're just thinking, oh, I want to do that, I want to do this. Like everything is amazing to them, and they just have the passion. But it's doing the behind the scenes. It's, putting yourself in the community, just doing more than skate, birthday skate parties.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
adult skate nights.
And I think a big part of it is being approachable. You know what I mean? And I'm not everybody's flavor, for sure. Who is, right? But I think one thing that has helped me grow in that, because that was never something that I looked for, but because there was always someone to teach me to take the time out, to not rush my process, who would I be to cheat somebody else, right? To shortchange the next skater that has built up enough courage to go, hey, Jazz, can you show me this? Hey, Jazz, how do you do that? You was just, and sometimes it's like, well, can you show me what I was doing so I can try to help you figure out what it is,
Right.
And so it's just being able to communicate, and I think really having a love for skating. And so skating has become a lifestyle, right? Like there's a song, it's really a lifestyle. And I had the blessing of learning and being a part of the skate community prior to the pandemic. And I think that is one of the things that allowed me to understand the etiquette and the culture of it, because it wasn't a mainstream thing unless you kind of like were in the skate culture and community.
Sure.
And, like I have uncles still now. When I first started skating, I've been skating now, I want to say 10, 11 years. I moved here in 2014. And so they go, oh, it's just going to be a phase, right? You'll skate for a little bit and then you'll stop. And so when they see me now, or they see, videos, oh, I saw you as I was scrolling on Instagram and you just popped up, and, it's cool to see that you're traveling all about. And so when they go like, you're still skating? It's like, oh, yeah, I never would have thought that I'd be able to say, yeah, 11 years down the road, I still have that same love for it. And I've fallen in love with skating multiple times, and I think that that's just something that is a part of the skate journey.
Yeah.
As you grow, as your role changes, as you learn more, as you, gain influence and figure out who's influential to you. I think all of that, it's like building blocks. They all kind of build upon one another.
Absolutely. So you mentioned you love skating. One of the things I ask everyone is, what do you love about skating?
I think it's multifaceted for me. I think that I enjoy the piece of, I know I'm going to start my week off at the rink, right? It sets the tone for my week. And there's times where I can't go to the rink.
Oh, yeah.
And my
you feel
week
like
is
something's
thrown
missing.
off.
Yeah.
And it truly is thrown off, and it's took a while for me to put the pin in and go, oh, it's because I didn't go skating. You know what I mean? And so when I was able to put a name to it, to that feeling that I was feeling, and get to really go. And then as you go, you see familiar faces, and now these people that you see all the time are not just friends, but they become family. And as you travel, now your family expands. And it's like, being a part of a D9 organization, I'm an SG Row, you get to travel and meet people all over, right? And so the immediate response is always like, hey sis, how you doing? So to have that in a different realm, right, with people from all walks of life is nothing short, I think, of amazing, nothing short of incredible. And so to be somebody that, you all would even want to interview, to call influential, is never a pedestal I would have put myself on. Never in a million years would I think that I'd be sitting here telling you all my skate story, and even thinking that somebody would want to hear it. And so I'm just really honored to just be here with you guys, and I'm happy to share my story, and I hope that I can inspire somebody to be bold and to get out on the floor.
Because you're already doing it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
So they started the music. We're going to run out of time, but
No, for
real
sure.
quick, you mentioned etiquette a couple times, several
Yeah.
times. What do you think of when you think of skate etiquette? What are some examples?
Some good examples, in my opinion, are thinking about how do you want to be approached, right? Because we all started somewhere.
Right.
When I started, I was on faux Mac wheels, and I was trying to figure out my little bop. I was trying to figure out my role. And in trying to figure that out, there was a lot of missteps, right? Like there's just a lot of like, well, it looks like that and it's really something else. And so
Did you start out on fibers?
I started off on clay wheels, so like faux Mac wheels. They were shaved down, slightly smaller. I went to Great Skate maybe once or twice, and I rented the skates and I put them on. And half of the time that I was on the floor, I was trying to figure out the balance of the skates.
Yeah.
Right. So by the time I truly got comfortable, it's time to go. Dum, 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 dum. You know. So it's like, dang. Okay. So now we come back.
Yep.
Let's try again. Well, what I didn't realize was they weren't gonna give me the same rental skates.
Yep.
So I had to then try again. And so when I thought about it, I went, okay, well, return on investment. Let's go ahead and buy some skates.
Yeah.
And very, very quickly, I navigated. I want to, gravitate towards this style. And so I did some research. I got connected with Skate Fanatics, my peoples, and they helped me kind of craft and create my first skate. And we took off from there. So I've skated on Fomac for a little bit. I was on clay wheels for about 3 months, and then I was on wood wheels for about 2 years. And after cracking my second set and my skate night was over before it even began, I quickly made the transition to fiberglass wheels and have not turned back since.
So those wood wheels fascinate me. So are they the same size as your fiber wheels?
They can be. So when they started off, they were, the regular thick, full size wheel, and just the same process that they do to shave down a fiber. They did the same thing, and you get them resurfaced. But with wood wheels, there's a beautiful chemistry that you have to understand, because if they're too dry, if you have a bad habit of leaving your skates in the car, which you should not do, it will cause your wheel to crack in half. Yeah. And if you don't have any spares that are the same thickness and the same size, it's over with. You can kiss it goodnight. Yeah. So after my second set of breaking some pretty decent expensive wheels, I went, it's worth the investment to just get something that'll last.
In the process, getting them shaved down.
Yeah, all of it. And so I have gone through, and I have to send you guys some pictures. I've had quite a few pairs of skates, but I currently skate on a hybrid 45. And most people think I'm on a low ride, but I'm a little bit higher than that. It is like a vintage plate, and I have, regular in precision bearings and a fiberglass setup.
She's talking precision skate talking. I think Roger just like
it goes over my head. Yeah,
she has a master's in skate talk too, skateology. She knows all the dates of upcoming skate parties. She could tell you the excitement. So really, we just touched on the tip of the iceberg.
For sure.
So we definitely appreciate your time, and we definitely have to go skate and get some skate footage up.
Oh yeah, I would love to. I appreciate your time. I'm happy to come back and touch on some more things again. Thank you again so much.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's roll.
Welcome back to yesterday.
I thought this was tomorrow.
Welcome back to the future.
That was another great episode of Roller Skate Stories. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all of you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends to like and subscribe. And also, if you're in Phoenix, please join us for
Turned Up Tuesday
on
Tuesday
at
Skateland Chandler
at the time of
8 to 11.
to 11. He got it. Way to go. You can join us for the other adult skates. Great Skate has one on Sunday night. Does Mesa have an adult? I don't think they have an adult skate.
Yes, it does.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, that's right. It's first Monday of every month.
Correct.
Yeah, and then I don't know if the Zony girls, if they have an adult skate per se, but they do skate
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yes.
Adult? Okay, there you go. Learned it first right here on Roller Skate Stories. Thanks again to all the rinks. Thanks to Larry, Sonia, all of our friends that we're forgetting. If you want to contact us, you can reach us at
rollerskatestories@gmail.com.
Be sure to check out what he's got going on.
Hit that action. Hit the notification bell. Stay
Ding,
in
ding.
on the action.
If you want some merch, Roller Skate Stories merch, this is the guy to talk to right here.
If you want to support what we're doing, you can definitely do that at Roller Skate Stories through our Venmo account.
What else? I think that's it.
Give Roger a hard time. See you next time
on Roller Skate Stories.